Hello everybody, I'm Chris and today I have a brand new video. Today we're doing the CodPod again, a show that is a podcast and still not about fish or the famous video game franchise. Today I'm here with Cyanide Does Hybrid. I did it right, that's good.
Hey George.
Hello there. He is another sort of Doctor Who YouTuber, surprise surprise. I mean, I'm not going to about your channel. I'm going to let you, you tell the audience, describe your channel, sell your channel to the audience.
Wow.
Go for it.
Yeah, so I report the news, as it were. I find little bits and bobs that maybe people haven't uncovered that aren't as on top of everything. Like the other week, the other day I reported Murray Gold leaving. Just little bits and bobs, and then I'll put those in videos. But I mainly do theories about the show, and like maybe bits and bobs that have been going around, like rumors and like debunking stuff like that, and like just bits and bobs.
Yeah. So I mean, like I would say, so like when I do stuff like the news for Doctor Who and all that sort of thing. I sometimes I don't like miss a few things, but I'll see something, I'll just not make a video on it because I don't think like something I think that's very minor. And then like the video you did the other day, I was like, really interesting because like the Sharon D. Clarke thing, I didn't I've never talked about her in a video. I've never actually mentioned that she is actually a recurring character in this series. But yeah, I mean that was an interesting sort of a video theory.
Yeah. I don't like re-reporting. Because it just doesn't make sense to say what someone else has already said, to say what people already know. So I look for things that haven't been done, like the Sharon D. Clarke thing, and I'll pop that in somewhere, and then just fill up the time with some other like news that I found.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. I don't know. I think it's really hard to kind of catch a good sort of community with the Doctor Who Series 11 stuff, in terms of what they actually make stuff on. Now, because I know you've seen recently the BBC sent out like emails and stuff asking for some images to be removed from the internet.
No, I didn't know that.
Did you not know about this? Right. Well,
no, I did.
The BBC have actually like said to some people that when they were filming in Gosport for the Witches thing, they sent out an email saying, "Oh, could you please remove the images online?" And that's why they're kind of harder to find now than when they first came out. And they sort of people got annoyed at me on like one of the recent videos about the news and all that sort of thing, is because I didn't make a video on that, because I genuinely respected the BBC's decision to keep it secret. You know? If they want to keep it secret, they want to keep it secret, and I'll respect that. I think it's a really hard sort of thing to cover on. What are you? I mean, I don't want to go too far in depth because I find I do this every single CodPod is asking people the same thing. Thoughts on the DWSR?
So
it's complicated.
It is extremely complicated. Just to, oh man,
yeah.
it's. I have no idea what to make of it.
It's an odd community. What I would say is the idea of it is good. The idea of it to sort of, because then if we didn't have any images to go off, then speculating wouldn't exist, and I wouldn't have any content to make. So there was nothing there. But then there's the other way, which is like you're spoiling too much of it. Like last series, for example, we knew a lot about Series 10 just because people went in and spoiled it. Whereas Chris Chibnall now has kept a lot of things secret. We've had a few images and we've had a lot to speculate from, but really, do we know much what's going on in the series? We know that there's most likely going to be a Rosa Parks episode at some point. We know there's most likely going to be someone based in Sheffield, you know, but there's not apart from that, not much.
It's nice to get a rundown of what's going to go on. It's nice to, but like ruining something. Like I know this wasn't because of the DWSR. It was more because of the BBC's like crap decision making. But last series with the return of John Sim, they could have done that so well, and then like I think they were just like, oh, we'll be the first to announce it for once, and it's people that go along and like ruin the big things, like the return of David Bradley. I got that completely butchered for me.
Yes. Well, to be fair, I don't think that was the Beeb's fault. That was David Bradley's fault, because I believe from what I heard, he checked into a hotel and he said he was working with Peter Capaldi.
No, but they'd already seen the images. I'm pretty sure, like they'd already seen set images.
Well, we knew because the first Doctor's TARDIS was taken out of the experience anyway, wasn't it? I think
Yeah.
the rumours were coming pretty much.
That
up.
probably wasn't the best idea. Just get a new one.
Yeah, I mean they pretty much did
Didn't even
anyway.
use the right one.
They didn't even use the one that was in the experience. I've been in the experience.
They used the right one. They used the 70s one, right?
I'm sure the one in the experience was the mint green one from the Adventure of Space and Time. They didn't even use that.
No, they did. Yeah, they used
a different one, and
one from the 70s, right?
Yeah. Something like that. Well, I think they used the William Hartnell TARDIS, but I think they just spray painted it a different colour for some reason. That was like people were getting so frustrated about the wall, like the wall being the one from the Doctor, and like
I loved that. I loved that.
I thought that was okay, but what annoyed me more was the TARDIS colour. It was never white. It was mint green, and I mean people could argue that it was like because it was black and white they did that to create different colours and stuff in the black and white image, but canonical. On John Pertwee's first few series, it's the same console and it's mint green. So
I thought they got the layout wrong as well. It didn't look.
It was a bit weird. Yeah, it was a very narrow. It was a very well. I believe it was a fully enclosed set. That's why.
Yeah, because it was a very small place. If you've seen the Mark Gatiss thing, the Adventure in Space and Time, it's very very small time and space.
In that one, that's open though, isn't it? That's actually designed to be almost identical.
Yeah. They say it's the smallest studio ever, and then they're like, okay, now
absolutely,
let's take a look in this hangar which we've just constructed.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Mine, they did do a really good job with that. I think the actual design of the console and trying to be accurate, it looks amazing and spectacular.
Seeing it in real life, like when you go to the experience, it looks spot on. Because I got some pictures of it, and it looks, oh man, don't even say the account. What's the account called? Like the Save the DW experience.
Yeah.
They posted a picture the other day of like the building, but without the sign on, and like it all teared down. And they posted it from the side where it's all like the weeds and stuff. And I don't know, but haven't they taken the TARDIS that's on like the docks down?
Yeah, they've taken that off as well. Yeah. That's gone.
And it's just like now the studios just look stupid on its own.
Doesn't from what I've read from a few articles as well, it doesn't seem like it's going to be coming back anyway.
Yeah,
I was looking unfortunate. I've been there once, and it was before Capaldi was before he had a full series. I went after Time of the Doctor because I thought it was the right time to go. I was wrong. The right time to go was right at the end. But I think me and my dad were certain that it would just reopen for when Whittaker comes in, but now it's looking less hopeful.
I was talking to some of them, and they were like, "Yeah, we're out of jobs." They were like sat there, and they were like, "Well, if they did keep it open, we get a whole new interactive tour with like Jodie in it and all of this." And
well, I'm still waiting for a Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who official channel outro.
Oh my god! I hope they get her sat in the same place.
Really should.
Don't forget to subscribe to the official Doctor Who YouTube channel.
It's the face Capaldi pulls as well. It's really like it's so like I really don't want to be saying this, but he doesn't. I don't think he knows what YouTube is. I think he's just been forced. He's been forced to get his. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official. And he's like, I don't actually know what this is, and it's like, oh no.
The one with Matt Smith's worse though, because he's sat there and he didn't say a thing.
They just sat him on a green screen, like, okay, just flip your Sonic about and pretend you're buzzing something. There we go. Done.
He touches it, and then he has the green thing on his finger.
Yeah, it's a little bit odd.
It's like Sonic bogies.
Yeah, I reckon they should get like Doctor actors when they interview them. They should get the actors and actresses who have played the Doctor to do an outro and just use it at random intervals. Like when they post a clip from David Tennant's era, I want to see David Tennant at the end saying, "Don't forget to subscribe to the channel."
They should always have them because they can't ruin it. They should always have them sat there. Completely monotone,
the same chair,
staring into the camera, and just the same line. Just don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Whittaker's though. I'm desperate for it. I just like everything that comes out.
I think the thing I'm most excited about is interior and title sequence.
Yeah, But I really hope we don't see the interior before episode 1, and that's just a personal thing of mine. I don't want to see it in a leaked picture. I want to see it.
Agree.
Like I don't. Was the 11th Doctor's first console leaked before 11th Hour?
I'm pretty sure because they kept it really secret. The only thing that was leaked was the screwdriver because it was seen in like an on-set image. So then they brought it on Jonathan Ross so they could have a closer look. And then people had a closer look and they were like, "Oh yeah, that's all right." And then he said, "No, you'll get to see the thing in the console room in the thing." And I hope they save the title sequence as well. I just want it to be autumn.
I have a feeling it's going to be very much like the way they did the. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be like. It feels like it could be modern. Very modern indeed. Like I think they're going to really modernise it in terms of special effects. I just hope they bring John Smith back to do some VFX because he could do a really good title sequence.
Well, they very much white, but
they very. What is it? What did you say? They very Mel White. Right, lovely.
They probably will because they've got rid of the old visual effects guys. They've got rid of the milk VFX. I'm pretty sure. They've binned them.
Have they?
They binned them after Series 10.
That's good.
John Smith did the visuals. I don't know if he did all of them though.
No, I don't think he did. Well, from what I read in the Doctor Who magazine, he did the visuals he spoke about that he'd done. He did the black hole from World Enough and Time.
Yeah.
He did
the black hole. That is beautiful.
Yeah, he did. If you look at it again, you think, oh yeah, obviously that was him. Because it just looks amazing.
It's like Element 3D deformers everywhere. Yeah. That's just his style.
He did the morph from Hartnell to Bradley and vice versa.
That's genius.
And I think he also did the VFX of the TARDIS flying through the vortex and
that's definitely him. That's definitely him. I think that they don't let John Smith anywhere near the title sequence. They get, and I've been saying this ever since Capaldi stepped in as Doctor. They say I've always been saying get Neon Visual to do the intro. Just Xander Hugh from Neon Visual.
I've seen some of his stuff, yeah.
They let him do the fan intro. They let him do a fan intro on BBC News, but they don't let him do the actual one. Have you seen the original concept of the 2014 titles?
I don't know if I have. I've seen the Day of the Doctor one, though, and they should have used that. They really should have used that.
It's not by Neon Visual, it's the one that inspired...
Oh yeah, I have seen that. Yeah, because I remember seeing it at the time.
It's not exactly top of the pops, as it were, is it?
No, but I think the idea of the clocks was very unique to them. I think the way they did that was
obviously they definitely went for concept.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But they just need to leave the kind of like overlit, underwhelming titles behind. And most of the people I speak to hate the 2013 titles.
Oh God, yeah.
It's done by the same. It's done by the same guys who did the Sherlock stuff.
Yeah.
But the reason I even hold any amount of respect toward it is because it brought the titles back into a kind of like an open vortex, like an open space, nebula kind of environment, like in 1980s. Like around there.
I get you there because that was an interesting. And
it brought the face back.
Brought the face back. That's one thing I really do
brought
like.
The face back.
I'm looking forward to seeing the. I like the modern way of doing it with just the eyes though. I think that looks really cool.
I think they should do through the eye, like right through.
Yes.
The eye.
Through the eye into a time vortex.
Loads of flares.
Absolutely.
We're just describing the Neon Visual one.
We are. Yeah. we pretty much are. Yeah, his stuff is great though. I was really impressed with this Day of the Doctor one, and it was the point where it was like I was genuinely considering downloading it and then ripping it onto the disc somehow because I really, really wanted that because that looks a lot better than thingy. What I didn't get with that because as much as I love John Smith's stuff from like Twice Upon a Time. What I really didn't get was what was the idea of the new vortex? What was that all about? Like where did that come from, and why did there need to be?
We've never actually seen because the vortex it shouldn't, but it does, and I think it's become kind of like a trend. When a Doctor regenerates, the vortex regenerates.
Yeah,
like when the show redesigns, the vortex changes to the new colour scheme. And it happened in 2013, it happened in 2010, and it definitely happened in 2005. And I think it should keep happening, but we've never actually seen a 1963 vortex. Because for all we know, it's those. It's when you point a camera down a camera viewer, it just shows time vortex.
Yeah. Now, what I found interesting is that there was a theory out there on YouTube somewhere where it's talk about how the time vortexes are representative of what happens in the show. Like the reason Matt Smith is all cloudy and lightning or whatever is because of the events in the end of time sort of attempt to rupture on the time vortex, for example. What I think is interesting is that do we ever see a time vortex in Capaldi's era at all? Well, because the title sequence isn't the time vortex; it's just a big clock.
I think it turns. No, I'm sure we have. No, we haven't, because it always shows it in space. We always see it in space. But saying that, we have seen more than one. We've seen more than two nice-looking vortexes in Smith's era. In Day of the Doctor, that is the best-looking vortex we've ever had when they're trying to save Gallifrey and they're all spinning through. There's a golden one and then there's a blue one, and it looks really good. It's
when was this?
If you look, it's in the scene where Capaldi is first seen as the Doctor. You know, when there's all 13 of them. No, sir, all 13.
Yeah, I get you. Right.
And he's right before all the Doctors turn up. It's Smith and Tennant and John Hurt all piloting. And then it shows a couple of shots of them in a vortex that looks really, really nice. And it's actually done by the same people who did the VFX for Series 9 and 10, which was probably the worst ever. Well, it's definitely Series 9.
Okay, well, I'm going to have a quick look at that now. So it's when...
it's in the No Sir All 13. I'm pretty sure the BBC have a clip of it. If you just
I've got it on now. All right, so after Tennant, so after Tennant says something, it's sort of a golden.
Yeah, it's just ready to do it or something like that.
Yeah,
they're preparing.
What? So is that a time vortex then?
I think it is, because it's not a natural occurrence. It's if you've seen John Hurt's vortex thing that he does, where it's all warping and.
Oh God, yeah. How have I never noticed this? So wait a minute. So is that one? So is the one with the fire and the sort of golden? Is that Hurt then?
It must be. It's either Hurt or Tennant, because
it doesn't have.
It's more.
It doesn't have the.
Check the model.
I'm looking. It's actually got too much lens flare on it. It's just I actually see how
lens flare is good unless.
I think it hurts. At least I hope
looks more
hurts.
hurty.
And then when Matt Smith comes out of haze, it's sort of a bluey colour. Oh, that's cool.
Well, yeah,
I've never noticed
nice.
that before.
It's very nice.
That's a really nice little addition that I've never noticed before. Although I would have loved to have seen it with all the other Doctors as well.
Yeah. It's Hartnell just cuts black and white.
Yeah, when Hartnell comes out of haze, it's sort of like a circular portal, but behind it's got the sort of old white effects on it. That would be cool.
Yeah.
It's a shame they didn't do that, because I would have been really interested with that. The shot of the TARDIS flying around though. Now, something I do want to. Yeah, I was going to check, because I didn't know this, because I've looked back on that thing so many times, but I've not been bothered enough to go back and actually look at it. So it is actually different TARDIS models flying around.
There's all the TARDIS models are different. I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, no, they're not. Are they? I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're not.
Well, I've got one here, which here's it. I'll share my screen, and I think I'm sharing my screen here, and this looks. Yeah, that does not look like any of the modern ones.
That's the 70s. That's a 70s model. 75.
And we've got.
But those all look the same there. Oh, there's the eyebrows.
There's the boy. I'm gonna have to put this YouTube in slow, and see.
Oh, get ready for this action replay. And for my next trick.
There we go. A bit of Eccleston there. It's such a shame we didn't come back to at least do a regeneration.
It would have been cool. That's a really good edit.
I was gonna say, have you seen that one?
Yeah,
It's the one that uses Rose in Peril as the background track, where and he regenerates so hard his scarf gets like fallen off.
The TARDIS is what the TARDIS regenerates. Have you seen that?
Yeah, that's the one I've seen.
With all the gold, because that would just be perfect.
That would have been amazing.
To see him standing there.
Another thing
they could have at least put some effort in.
Another thing
done a Rogue One on that thing. Like,
yeah, I don't think they had. I don't really think they had the budget, to be honest.
Ever have that budget?
Yeah, I mean, look at that alone. Like that as a shot, like it never gets considered. That looks beautiful.
Like, if you take a look, painting as well. The painting's great.
Oh, absolutely,
At the I had it in my head. The shot where they're blowing up the Dalek with the Sonics, and the Daleks are like welded. If you watch the VFX breakdown of that, it's the funniest thing because they made like an abstract model of like all the Dalek mid explosion, and then they just added fire and stuff on top.
Interesting. I like that. I'm trying to see if there's any more shots here. Doesn't seem to.
I love the lighting in Tennant's TARDIS there as well. That's a bit worse than some of the others. What the
hell was that? Did you see? How thin is that TARDIS? And that's not just one shot. Look at this. It's still thin. It doesn't stop being. It's still thin. What?
Is this like your word? Like, I think you should just stop in case like this ruins the episode. Because every time you watch it now, you're going to notice that thin TARDIS.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like a failure when you look at it retrospectively like that. It looks like they've just flown their TARDISes into the bottom and it's blown to shit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, actually, it does. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of like it though. I saved it.
You had something. You were like, "Oh, I've got news," and I was like, "Oh, I've got news," and then you were like, "Oh, what was it about?"
No, I think it was just about commenters in general on YouTube and stuff, and arguments and stuff. I've had some pretty funny comments recently. So I made a video ranking the Doctors worst to best. At the beginning of the video I said, I love all the Doctors, okay, I love all of them, but here is just some, my favourite. And I'm saying it,
yeah.
And so you understand sort of where I was coming from with that.
You're being reasonable. Yeah.
I was trying to be as reasonable as possible. Right. Okay. Here we go. Let's read out some comments. With some of my funniest ones. And I think. Let's have a look. There's a really good one here somewhere, and I just need to find it. I just hope he hasn't removed it because it is quite possibly the funniest comment I've ever had. Now it's. Some people who actually try and discuss it, I love that. It's a good one. If you think Colin's Doctor has anything close to Tennant's degree of smugness and vanity, then I'd like to know what you've been smoking. I do like that one.
I've got one. Where is it? On. Oh, there we go. Here it is. This is my favourite. Stick to your day job. Your voice is monotonous. That's perfect reading from me there.
Is that it?
Attempts at humour fall flat repeatedly. You're as interesting as a teaspoon.
I mean, teaspoons are pretty useful. Oh, right. Thank you for the C-bomb.
Oh,
lovely. I'll make a note of the timestamp, 2424. Right. I was not expecting that. The teaspoon sort of threw me off as it would be a kind of peaceful one. Brilliant. Okay, right. I'll make a note of that.
Tell you what, in the meantime, do you want to hear some Doctor Who news?
Ooh.
That you may already know, but is a day old.
Ooh. I think it might be the one I'm thinking of. If not, then I'm interested to hear it.
Go ahead and say the one.
Go for it. Go for it.
You know, are you an X-Men fan?
An X-Men fan. I've not watched them, but I think I know the story.
Is it that Alan Cummings one?
Yes, it is. I made a video yesterday.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see.
Fake fan. Yeah, because I had so many comments pointing out the fact that I chuckled when I said his name. Because, and in the title...
I was sat there I was sat there right now, I was like, do I put the S on or not? Just like...
Well, his name is Alan Cumming, and it's spelt as in that sort of Cumming.
It is.
So,
it is spelt.
Yeah, it's like even my title for the video, it's Alan Cumming in Series 10. And it's like, I hope to God that doesn't get demonetized, because it's not meant to be like that. There's no other title I can think of. I tried so many different variations, and I couldn't get one that worked without sounding vulgar by any stretch.
My favourite is this headline that I just read that says, Alan Cumming on Homo sapiens.
Oh, dear me. Oh.
No.
Dear me. That's just... Oh. Yeah, but the thing about it, there's two sides to this. Did you hear the clip of him actually talking about it?
I have not, no. I was up at about 1 in the morning and I was like, oh, I thought it's Doctor Who to see if there's any news.
So this was on... Did you read the Radio Times article, did you?
I do read the website. I get the magazine delivered, but I don't read it.
Lovely. But was it the Radio Times article that you saw on this, or was it someone else?
It was actually, yeah.
So I read that, and I was at first, because I made two different videos. The first one was like, oh, he's playing Richard the First, James the First. Who the hell's Richard? He's playing James the First. That would be cool, because we could get a gunpowder plot type episode. We could get this. We could get that. It sounds very fun. Then I actually listened to the clip, and the way he says it is if he's comparing his character to that of James the First. And that's what threw me off a little bit.
When it's like a go-to, he's like, oh, go-to king, James the First. Let's compare our character to.
But I suppose if you've watched Horrible Histories before, then
yeah.
I mean, it might be a go-to.
He does strike me just from the look at him. James the First, a Horrible Histories fan.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
He looks like one of the actors. He looks like a Horrible Histories actor.
I mean, his name doesn't associate with a kids' program. I would.
Dude, drop the name.
His last name is Cumming. It's a humorous name. I'm going to make fun of it.
You're literally. I can't wait to read the comments. 2 videos.
It made me smile how you laughed at Cumming. Most of them were just jumping at.
It's a British slang word, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's is it?
I don't know. I've never heard.
Well, I think it's a worldwide thing.
I've never heard anyone else from anywhere. Oh, it might be. Yeah.
I think if you said it, people would know what you meant by it. Well, I think he might be the monk.
The monk?
The monk? What? The monk? Does he mean the ones from Series 10, or does he mean a certain specific monk? I also because I didn't actually look at the quote when I was actually reading out the thing.
Well, he's pretty famous.
I said Sorry?
He's pretty famous.
The actor?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, he's in quite a lot. If you look at his IMDb,
I did. And
he's a Hollywood.
I found a few things. I think I probably read out the wrong things on the video though, because I said, well, not the wrong things. He's been in them, but they weren't the best things to read out. Spy Kids 1, 2, and 3.
Spy Kids.
The sequel to The Mask. And X-Men 2. I think there's the only 3 I've mentioned.
Most profound actor ever. He's been in 3 of the Spy Kids movies. Guys, so get excited.
You say 3 of, as if... Has there been more than 3?
I think there's 3. I think it's only 3.
Thank God for that. I mean, there's 5 Sharknado films.
Hey, if we didn't have Spy Kids 3, we wouldn't have actual good 3D films.
That's a good point.
Because they set the standard for how not to make a 3D film. You could tell as soon as you turn it on, this is made for 3D, because all the words, every single thing that comes on the screen, is then shot toward the viewer, Like, every piece of text, even if it's like a small little caption, like a location caption, it's like, oh, you know what we'll do? We'll shove this in the general viewer's face.
Dear me. No, in the Alan Cumming video, I mentioned, I say, because he described himself in a certain, with a few different words, but like, oh, I'm James the First, I'm da-da-da, so and so and so. And when I was repeating them, I added the word in floppy, and he didn't say that, but I don't know why I added that in. And there are a significant amount of comments pointing out that he didn't say the word floppy. So this video is just a living, unintentional euphemism, this entire video. It's pretty much that. And I think there's a floppy about twice.
Oh, my favourite. I just read this out. I just read this. I don't know if you've seen this, but I was going through the article on him, and it just said Alan Cumming was asked to play the Doctor, but there was one crucial requirement that put him off. Guess what the requirement was?
What was the requirement?
He didn't want to have to spend 8 months in Cardiff. Because he just didn't want to. Cardiff hater.
Oh, I heard about this. I didn't know that was him.
He's been asked twice apparently.
Ah, that's interesting. That one actually. That's really. I can see him playing it. Quite honestly,
I can see him playing it in the same respect that I can see Richard Ayoade playing the Doctor.
Yeah.
Like floppy hair. Looks. Like it's like one of those like a generic Doctor.
Yeah, got you. Well, I did actually I had some separate Doctor Who news which you might not have heard of actually, which is quite interesting.
Probably haven't.
So there is a toy distributing company that have released some stuff on their website. No images as of yet, but we have 3 different pages, which I will show you now. Well, I'll talk about now. So it says product image not available yet, and it's got a pre-order status.
Sonic?
We have 13th Doctor Electronic TARDIS. We have 10-inch 13th Doctor figure. 10-inch 13th Doctor figure.
Sorry.
So that's going to be like the dolls that we have, like Matt Smith. You know, the weird, creepy-looking dolls that they've released of him.
A fair amount of them.
Yeah, a weird thing. And you'll be happy to know 13th Doctor's electronic sonic screwdriver.
I hope that they leak it by mistake. Like, Twice Upon a Time, I'm pretty sure the plot of the episode, no one knew what it was going to be about, and then the BBC America leaked it because they did the DVD cover, they put it out, they're like, ready to pre-order. Everyone read the blurb and they were like, oh, ignore that. They just took it down.
Dear, that's a little bit embarrassing. No, so that's a online website. They sort of like produce the products, like they'll send them out to shops and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I
hope it doesn't look stupid.
I'm certainly going to try and watch that space. I don't know what the screwdriver will look like. I heard a few things that I mentioned in the video. I think it was I can't remember which one it was. I think it was about I did a video specifically on the Sonic screwdriver.
Prop designer, right? That it's
probably there, but I heard some stuff from other people saying it was going to be like hooked.
Hooked?
As in,
like in a Smith style hook?
Oh no, not the camera. Screen share. I will show you what I made a really bad version of what I was described.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, that was kind of what was described to me, and it looks really bad, and I really am not sure.
What? No. I like that. I've got to say, I think not. Okay, can I just clarify?
Yeah.
I just like the idea of it having. Because this kind of they kind of turned the sonic screwdriver, like if they do this, they've turned it into like every single wand in Harry Potter. How they were like, how can we turn a stick?
Yeah.
And how can we make a stick different? Yeah. The answer is you make it bendy.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's the same with lightsabers as well, isn't it? Because that's pretty much Count Dooku.
Count Dooku, Ventress. Did she have a curved? She had a curved one, right?
Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah. Yeah, I believe she did. But I believe what I was describing was that it would be a very bog standard sort of silvery one with orange light on top, and there was a rumour that it could be curved as well. Probably not that curved, but I mean,
not that curved. Like a nice steady curve.
I can see a cat who likes to say
Oh, my bad.
Your childish mind is took effect.
Can we stop talking about the silver rods, please?
The silver shaft. Yeah, we'll stop talking about them.
The silver shaft.
We'll stop talking about them. Right. Yeah. So
Jodie Whittaker has a bendy screwdriver.
She does. Yeah. Let's move on from that. So with so Series 11 in general, what are your thoughts? What are you seeing?
Well, I've thought about it quite a lot recently. And I think I've come to a conclusion that I am happy with everything. Like, I wasn't too happy with Bradley Walsh when he was first cast, and then I got into watching the funniest video, one of the funniest videos ever, and it's him on the chase. And there's more than one of these, and they're like half an hour long.
Yeah,
it's just a montage of when he starts laughing on the chase because the producers throw in like funny questions for him, and it just makes you love him. So if you watch that, it's so funny.
I've seen clips and bits and bats from it. Yeah, what I love was when you go on Instagram, Brothers Bangers every weekday. They are truly spectacular.
Yeah, I think I'm all for it now.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I think we're looking at them. Have you seen the stuff where he's like, is it International Women's Day? Oh my god, that Brothers Bangers was certainly very unique.
Unique good or unique bad?
Good, very good.
As in like
good meme material, I would say.
As like good meme material, as in like a PC meme material.
Sorry, what meme material you say there? I missed what you said.
PC.
Yeah, I mean, it's relatively PC. You need to remember you as a TV personality, you kind of need to keep it up a little bit.
Yeah, true. You never know.
Yeah. Never. Yeah, I get what you mean there, though. It's an interesting point. I don't know. I kind of like him. I'm not sure, though. I think he's done some serious acting before, and he's done a good job of it. But then I don't know how well he'll do as a companion at Doctor Who. Are they going to write him to be comedic? Are they going to write him to be serious? Are they going to hope?
He looked serious. He looked serious in that book he posted. He looked.
Yeah.
I think that just looks a bit cheesy to me. But hey, you never know with filming. You can never tell.
Yeah. Because absolutely.
There was this little clip from Series 10 filming of like. In the pilot, you might have seen it. It's like when Bill is like screaming from across the university. She like screams "Doctor" and then runs after him.
Yeah.
And then I thought even that one word, I was like, oh, this is going to be the worst series ever.
Absolutely, yeah. And you can pick that apart from little things. And even the first trailer for Series 10, I was like,
hi,
this is
I'm
bad.
Bill, and I serve chips.
I serve chips. Dr. Watt. Oh, it speaks emoji. It's like a posh kitchen.
I call him Dr. Watt.
Dr. Watt. It speaks emoji. How many times did I have to hear that before it drove me insane? One. That's the answer.
Like, no, the worst one was when it was like, oh, okay, Michelle Gomez. Oh, she's dabbed.
The dab.
Okay.
The dab killed me. The dab. I genuinely wanted to stop breathing.
It was just like you know the meme where it's like it's time to stop.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly what it was for the entire Series 10 trailer. And then it got better because they released the one with a little bit of Capaldi regenerating at the end. I was like, whoa, what's this? I like this.
I was like, oh, what's this? And then it gets to what I can't remember what the episode's called. I can remember every single one except for that.
Well, I'm quite interested. So when the pilot was aired, I was we planned a holiday, so we were on a boat to Belgium.
Ooh.
And we were leaving the UK as it was aired, so it was like we were just trying to get the right area of BBC iPlayer. Like we were and we just missed it. We're just outside the perimeter of BBC iPlayer. we couldn't quite get it. So I had to try and find a copy that someone had posted online. You bought some internet on the ship, right? The really bad internet on the boat to see. We took like, about an hour, and
it's worth it.
In the last minute. Of before the Wi-Fi actually ran out and I had to go and get it redone, the episode finished downloading. Sat in the room, watched it, and it's good. See, the thing is, I wasn't keen when I first saw it. I was like, ugh. But then I think that could be down to sort of the quality of which I watched it. I was like, ugh. But
I liked it. I thought it was genius.
I thought it was excellent. Yeah, it was dead good. But I think what got me is my leaving thought was, oh my god, that was an actual clip of John Sim.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that's an actual clip of John Sim. Oh, he's going to be good. And then I was like, oh, wait, Moffat doesn't know how to write John Sim.
I liked him. I still liked him. He was underused, but he was...
But the thing is, they've taken away his thing with the drums. They've taken that away, which made him kind of... And then you'd think he'd still be that crazy, but he just seemed like a normal bloke. Just a normal evil guy.
I think he turned right back into what Ainley was, which I kind of like that. And I think maybe if you bring the Master back as John Sim again, which could happen, Moffat's left it open, thankfully.
Yeah.
I mean, I've told you, I've not told many people this, but when I first saw the Doctor Falls, I really didn't like it. In fact, I actually shouted the word bitch when Missy stabbed John Sim. I was like, oh no, bitch!
How can you not like that scene?
It was a good scene. It was a good scene. I think.
Just summarise it. They stabbed each other. They stabbed themselves. She stabbed herself in the back.
I like that. I love the idea of it, but I think because Sim was so underused, and I've been looking forward to it. Like, Sim was my childhood, and Sim was the Master. Like that was the Master for me. Yeah. And I like Missy, but it didn't feel like the same person. So it was a very different kind. So when she stabbed him, I was like, a character I like less than the other has killed a character I like more. I'm not happy. I'm really not happy. And then he killed her stone dead, and then I was happy. But I mean, at the same time, it was quite emotional. I was like, very interesting. But I think what put me off more, that episode, right? So when I first saw that, I was away. I think it was at a scout camp, and someone in the other tent had watched it, and I was refusing to watch it until I got home to watch it on TV properly. And he watched it on the night on his phone, and he said, it's excellent. It's really good. It's really, really amazing. Like, a finale. I was like, oh, okay, I'm really excited now. And in my head, it built up this perfect episode. Yeah. And I think when I actually saw it, I was slightly disappointed for the first time. And that's but I think upon seeing it more, like, I've seen it more times, but I think after the third watch, I think I was like, yeah, I like this. It's really good. I really like this. Yeah. But the first time I watched it, I was so incredible, because I think when Bill came back, I was like, oh, Moffat's done it again, hasn't he? He's just done it again. I mean,
I think the thing that sold it for me, there were two things that sold them, well, three, if you count the stabbing each other in the back. But I think that the great thing for me was, you weren't expecting it. You just thought, oh, it's Capaldi doing doctory things, and then they just like blowing up all those sidemen, and then they just slip in Heaven Sent under.
Oh yeah, breaking the
law. I was like, oh wow.
Well, I'd started looking at, like, before Series 10 started, I just sat and got into the music of Doctor Who, and I think when Series 10 came on, I'm like, ooh, Gallifrey, this is breaking the wall. I like this. Oh my god, Twice Upon a Time, my dad would have probably slapped me.
What
honestly.
was that?
It's like, is that Doomsday?
You could tell he was ready to retire. They did
absolutely.
Whatever you say, whatever the second word is, whatever. They pulled that out for Bradley's regeneration.
It was Vale. Yeah, they pulled Vale.
It was just Vale. It was
just Vale. But in a way, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, it was a bit odd having it all as sort of like a big Murray Gold goodbye fest. But at the same time, I'm so buying that CD. I'm really buying it, because that's just the best of, isn't it?
The thing is, we don't know. It could go either way. It's either no CD or all CD, because we haven't got one for Series 9 yet.
We'll get one for Series 9, we'll get one for Series 10. We don't know whether or not Series 10 will include... I thought that was confirmed.
No, it's not confirmed, I'm pretty sure. I'll take a quick Google now.
I thought it had been confirmed that we're getting a Series 9 one and then a Series 10 one to follow after. But I don't know whether Twice Upon a Time is going to be part of Series 10 or not. But either way, for that episode, like, from the get-go, when it started, it was like, so you've got this cool, classic... Right?
This is not a drill, coming early 18, Series 9, soundtrack.
It is early 18.
So this is soon.
Or that article's talking rubbish.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Is there a possibility that I don't know. It's almost mid-March.
No, Silver Screen are doing it. This is from them, and we got the thing, we got the photo.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I saw on Twitter. I thought this was proper official. Like last year, they brought this out, and then I think they said that the Series 10 is coming as well, quite soon after, but I don't know exactly when. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's a few other things.
That's.
Yeah, because I remember them saying like Heaven Sent's got its own CD.
Well, I hope so, because there's only 2 songs in the whole thing, but they're good songs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's interesting. But I think even if it does come out on CD, the whole the Twice Upon a Time, I think I'm definitely going to buy it. It's definitely an interesting thing. I think
I do buy the CDs. Spotify Premium is my game.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, I tell you what. I've been craving more than the Heaven Sent song is the other bit from Heaven Sent, that like the Doctor's Hell thing.
Yeah,
it's a great track.
Yeah, a lot of Heaven Sent is great.
That's my favourite episode.
Oh yeah,
of New Who.
It's one of mine. I can't pick between. I've got a few that I really like.
Go ahead.
For different reasons. Well, Heaven Sent is obviously a key one.
Yeah.
I think World Enough in Time is just excellent. I think it's so good. I think it's so good.
That was more of a I was more screaming at the screen at that, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, what do you in terms of what?
Stop fannying around upstairs.
Yeah, I know.
Like, he figured it out and he was like, okay, so she'll be aging a lot faster than we are, but let me just explain it with my marker pen.
Yeah, I know. It was a bit odd, but I think in terms of how to do a Cyberman story, that is, in my opinion, the only good standalone Cyberman story that has been in New Who. Doomsday doesn't count because it's not standalone.
It screams classic.
Oh, it very much does, and I really like that. And it makes me actually want to get more into Classic Who.
It's not standalone. It's a 2-parter.
Oh, I mean, it's standalone as in they're like the main villain of it. Yeah. Oh, I mean, like, not in conjunction with any other.
What about like Doomsday and Age? Oh wait, it's Doomsday.
Doomsday's with the Daleks, though, innit? That's. Yeah. I love Doomsday.
Age of Steel.
Not keen.
Not keen.
I think it's okay. I think it's good. It's probably one of the better ones. But in previous years, what have we had? We've had Nightmare in Silver, Closing Time.
Ugh.
And other than the Next Doctor and all the other ones are just had cameos. The Next Doctor was okay, but not for the Cybermen. The Cybermen were just boring.
You can't touch the Next Doctor. That scene when they're in the graveyard, looking over the body, and then they just come out the mist. That's like the creepiest they've ever been.
The Doctor in an air balloon shooting a giant Cyberman robot with a laser.
Hey, it wasn't even a laser, it was just like a glorified one.
Oh yeah, it was a time vortex gun or something.
Time vortex gun. You're like, tell you what I'll do, I'll be the Victorian balloon bin man and I'll clean up after myself. Shot the thing, put it into the time vortex. That's dumping.
That is dumb. He just dropped it in the time vortex. I want Jodie Whittaker to smash into it whilst he's flying.
That's what I was just about to say. I was like, that needs to be the theme for like a Red Nose Day special.
No one will get it. No one will get it though, because the new people who are jumping on, like, sort of like,
hey, I'm a Smithite.
Yeah.
People who wait, no, I'm not a Smithite. I left because Capaldi is too old.
He's too old, apparently, for the role. Even though the original Doctor was the same age when he started.
Capaldi's older, isn't he, when he started? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Hartnell looked a lot older than he was. They're the same age. They're very close next to each other.
By the way, I mean, like, people still overreact. I hate the whole thing with the female doctor thing. It's stupid. It's just so stupid.
Who cares? Who cares?
I don't. It's just another doctor. I'm happy with that. Honestly, I'd kind of prefer it to be Jodie Whittaker than I was gonna say another man, but in terms of, I just don't want another Matt Smith or David Tennant copy where it's just some young lad with specific hair who has a stupid costume, does having all.
And I was like, so many memes about how attractive he is on Twitter.
Yeah, but like, you get Jodie Whittaker in, who is obviously the first female Doctor, but not just that. Putting the female aside, she is an excellent actress.
Oh my god, Broadchurch.
Broadchurch is excellent.
Trust me.
I've not seen it, but I've heard it's good. And
look at it.
She's been in Black Mirror as well. She's excellent in that. I've not seen her in something where I've not seen her and thought, nah, it wasn't very good. Everything I've seen her in has been good. At least, if not spectacular.
I think I had a hope for casting, and then I kind of think they're as good as Jodie Whittaker now, but I was just hoping it would be this person, and it was a male, but I was still like,
who was it?
Blown away by the choice. It was Tom Ellis. Do you know
Tom? Was he the lad in Miranda?
Yeah, he was. Can we just put that aside for a second? I'm looking more at his Lucifer stuff.
I haven't seen it, so I wouldn't. That was how I know of him. Yes, Tom Ellis.
I've not seen. I've seen clips of Lucifer. I've seen bits and bobs. I just think he'd suit the role.
Oh, he certainly would. Yeah, I think
he's made.
He certainly would.
If I was showrunner, go straight in there. Tom Ellis, give him a ring.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And I think Chris Marshall would have been an interesting choice as well. But you can't tell these things straight from the gate. And I think you can't. It's hard to pick out something like that. And in terms of character, you don't know how the showrunner's going to write the character.
It seems too safe, especially. Yes. Do you really think Chibnall and Chris Marshall could have even fitted together in the slightest way?
Exactly. Yeah.
Chris Marshall is known for a comedy sitcom, a comedy film where he just fannies off to wherever, America, and a comedy detective show.
Yeah,
it's like, and then Chris Marshall's known for one of the most harrowing police dramas ever.
Yes. Do you mean Chris Chibnall?
Chris Chibnall.
You said Marshall again.
That's the thing. It's hard.
Yeah.
Two Chris's, two.
Yeah, and that's why he wasn't cast, because it'd be too complicated for people to, because they've just mixed them up. But Jodie Whittaker, I think, is an excellent choice. I think Jodie Whittaker's a brilliant choice.
Jodie and Chris. That's
because I heard little nitbits before, and I wasn't originally a big supporter of the whole idea of being a female Doctor. I was thinking, right, okay, the Doctor has always been a man and should be a man. But then I saw one piece of fan art of Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor, and I just lost my mind. I was like, that is the Doctor right there. And what's interesting enough, when they announced that they were revealing the 13th Doctor on like a couple of days' time or whatever, and I made a video on that, in the thumbnail, and it's still there to this day, is a silhouette of that image of Jodie Whittaker.
I tell you what. I was in. When I found that out, I was in McDonald's and I was in Mackey's and I had a chicken nugget in my mouth, like I was eating a chicken nugget, and I dropped it. Like half of it was in my mouth. I dropped the bit that wasn't in my mouth, and I was like, because it hadn't been revealed yet. But I was like, they're revealing it soon.
Oh yes.
Like people were looking at me, and I was like.
So what was your reaction when you saw? How did you watch? Did you watch the clip and find out that way, or did you find it out on like Twitter or something?
I watched the Wimbledon broadcast.
And what was your initial reaction?
I sat there, and I was like, I sat there, and I was like, okay, whoever this is under this hood.
So bit by bit, how did it like? Because obviously this clip starts. It's in the forest.
So I was like,
they're walking through.
I hope it's Tom Ellis. I hope it's Tom Ellis. It's going to be Chris Marshall. It's going to be Chris Marshall. Then I saw the hand, and I was like, it's a man. It's a man. Which was like, oh. And then I was like. And then it showed the side of her face, and I was like, it's not a man?
It's a woman.
It's a really effeminate man? I was like, what? Like, I was like...
So the moment where Jodie Whittaker's face...
And I was watching Broadchurch at the time, but she had blonde hair, and I was like, wait, who's that?
Oh, right, interesting.
I was like, wait, it's the person from Broadchurch. It's like, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I wonder what the Wimbledon commentators have to say about this. I bet it's going to be amazing. And she was like, right then, back to the tennis.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I think, I was at NCS at the time. I was away, and it was the day it was being revealed. I was like, no, I can't believe this. The one day that I could, like, really get a good video out about this. And I was, this was a few days after I'd seen the whole Jodie Whittaker fan art thing, and I was thinking like, I can't. Like, I wasn't really hoping it was gonna be her, but I was like, I would be happy. I mean, Chris Marshall or Jodie Whittaker, the two I've really seen that would actually make me go, okay, that's pretty good. And then I was like, I was like, at the end of the day, I was thinking, actually, I really hope it is Jodie Whittaker, because not only would that be a big change, but it would cause a lot of drama, which I was right about, and that's funny.
Oh, man.
And it's...
I hope David Tennant does a Trump on this, you know, when he, like, read out the Trump comments and just completely roasted him. I was like, I hope David Tennant goes up against the Sexist 2 fans.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be great. But the I don't know, the sort of idea of Jodie Whittaker being the Doctor was it's just a great one from the get-go. When it got revealed, I think we had to do different activities going back and forward, and I was like, okay, I wasn't sure when it was, because there was no select time. It was like halfway through the match or whatever, so it was whenever they decided to, you know, finish up and get on with it. So we were just waiting. I think we had like a good 10 minutes to sit down. We stuck it on. It was right as it started. I was like, okay, this is lucky. Sat down and...
Lucky you. I was sat there for about 10 hours.
Yeah, we just dropped on. We just dropped on. And we just sat there and I was like, okay. The clip started. I was sitting with my friend, who was also... I mean, I don't know what they were thinking, because they were sort of... I think they're female, and they were hoping it was another man. I think it was an interesting sort of thing there.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, I really wasn't sure how it was going to go down. I wasn't sure what I was going to see.
Yeah, I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you the train of what happened. We finished watching it. My dad completely lost his shit. He was so excited because he's a Broadchurch fan as well. Then my godfather, because my dad and my godfather have been like best friends for ages, and they've both watched it since '63, I think, like since the beginning. And my godfather said, "I'm not watching it anymore. I am not watching the show." Do you know what a Hyde fundraiser is?
No.
In the northwest of the UK, there is like a charity sci-fi group who mainly do Doctor Who do like cosplay and things like that, and events. And he's a Hyde fundraiser, and they are the main representatives of Doctor Who charity in the northwest. And they just could. He wouldn't watch it anymore. He's built his own K9, which is signed by the dude who voices it. He's built a Dalek, which was put into Expedition. What else has he done? He's done more. He's got his own. He's got like props. He's got a polyphase Amatron from Tom Baker era. He's built a Cyberman gun from Classic Who.
Jesus.
Done all of this, and then he's just decided, no, not watching it. He's got every single Classic Who episode.
Oh.
I'll tell you what, the first thing that came into my head was, I hope he gives me his K9. That's like the first thing.
Oh.
Then the second thing was, I'm going on Amazon right now, and I bought a t-shirt that says on it, "Trust her, she's the Doctor." And then I didn't take it off for like a week.
Nice. Well, I've found the fan art that I saw that made me go, Jodie Whittaker needs to be the Doctor. That's the one sending in chat now.
Wow.
And it's very different to what we got, but when I saw that, I was like, you know what? That works. That really feels like the Doctor, just from that image. And that really got me. And I think
I know it's weird,
yeah,
because she is a young woman and he is an old man, but she looks a bit Capaldi-esque. in the way it's presented. If you know what I mean.
In the way that's sort of done. Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah,
not just because they've used his logo in his TARDIS, but just because.
Yeah,
I think it's mainly the facial expression.
Yeah,
I feel like she's staring into my soul. It's a bit disconcerting.
Absolutely, yeah. I think, but yeah, when we're watching the clip for the first time and we're seeing it revealed, I was like, I let out a sigh of disappointment. Like, I was so built up, like, it's going to be Jodie Whittaker. I think earlier on that day, like, because I was following stuff on Twitter and all that sort of thing, and something came up that someone had actually placed I think like a £10,000 bet on it being Jodie Whittaker a couple of hours before the reveal. I was like, that's got to be like evidence right there.
Well, she's a forerunner. She wasn't a forerunner. She was never a forerunner.
Yeah, and then she started rising suddenly after the start of the thing. And I think when I saw that, I was like, someone in production's obviously put money on it. They know. They gotta know, right? And then, obviously the clip came out, and I let out a sigh of this. I was so built up that it was going to be Jodie Whittaker. When I saw the hand, I was like, that's a male hand. And it was a sigh of disappointment. I was like, oh man. I was like, no, I really wanted it to be her.
Just, oh shit.
And then the face came out. I was like, oh no, wait, it was a woman. Oh yes, right, and it was her. And obviously, like, because I'd not seen her with, I don't think I'd actually seen her with blonde hair yet.
I was like, oh no, it's gonna be Chris Marshall. And I was like, I'd be okay with it.
I was like, oh my god. So my reaction was like, oh no, it's a man. Oh yes, it's a woman.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Oh yes, it's Jodie Whittaker. What is that TARDIS? That was my mindset throughout the whole video. And
I was like, you've obviously bought a whole camera crew.
Yeah.
I think the BBC can afford an extra truck. Just hop a Capaldi TARDIS.
I know the reason they did. I know the reason they didn't use the TARDIS, and that is obviously because they're trying to keep it secret. Where they filmed it was actually a really small woods. Like, I've actually seen it on like Google Maps. It's like just across the road from something. They snuck her in there.
Is it
so
in
they
Cardiff?
could film. I don't even know where it's like an old military base, but I don't think it's Cardiff. I think it must be. It's near Cardiff, but it's not. I
think the way
Cardiff.
To establish trust. For Doctor Who fans in a Doctor Who reveal is you get the Doctor walking and then like all the other Doctors behind her just come in. So then you've got but
I think when it was actually filmed they had to really keep it secretive, and I think, you know, they could do that with an actress in a hood. You know, they kept that in there. You know, it was in the middle of a woods, an old military base. No one could get to it, so no one knew it was BBC. No one knew it was anything like that was happening. Let's say they did bring the TARDIS. Then you're setting up a blue box in a green and brownish sort of environment. It's going to stand out, you know, even from a distance. Because I said the woods isn't that big. It was actually just a small thing. That's why there's a sort of broken wall there. It's an old military base inside of woods, and then so they've obviously pasted that in behind. Doesn't look the greatest. Does not look the greatest at all. And it would have been a great excuse to do a TARDIS reveal at the same time, but no.
No, I don't think they hadn't even started anything.
Of course, no, they hadn't.
But I wish. When I went to Cardiff, like I'm on my video about how I found out about Bradley Walsh. When I went to Cardiff, they just finished script writing. Tell you what, they just finished filming Twice Upon a Time. I went in and that security guard bloke, he was like, "They've all gone home. They finished Twice Upon a Time." And they'd gone home about a week before they'd started production on Series 11.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's odd, but I think that's probably why people just want to leave, because it's a really tough show to be able to be part of. But either way, I really do like. I just like it. I like the idea of where it's going. I like the places where they're filming, the ideas they're putting forward, the Rose Park stuff, the sort of Sheffield sort of modern day thing. They've got the idea of James I being there. From what I've seen so far, which is actually very little, which is tend to be a good thing. I'm very excited to see what Jodie's going to bring to the table here. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to what kind of Doctor she's going to be like. I'm really looking forward to see the new Sonic Screwdriver and buy it as a toy. I'm really looking forward to seeing the new TARDIS interior. I'm really looking forward to seeing everything.
Just everything.
The gadgets, the quips, the jokes and whatever, and the
fezzes.
No fezzes. But we're going to get a bum bag though, apparently, so that's great.
I hope it's not a recurring thing. Just no bum bag, please.
Did you see? I think I put a Photoshop on Twitter of that photo of The Rock.
Oh yes! I was like, as soon as I watched YouTube Reload, I was like,
yeah,
why?
That's the one with him wearing the bum bag in high school with Jodie Whittaker's face pasted on top of it. No, I think it was an odd choice, but I think it's a one that could very much work.
Definitely.
In the scheme of things. I do like it though. I don't know. I'm reluctant to jump on the sort of it's going to be amazing because I don't want to be disappointed. As I was with Dr. Falls when I first watched it. I want to watch this first episode and be amazed by it.
I'm just going to stay amazed.
Yeah.
When we sat down, it was light.
Yeah, it was light. Yeah, that's
that. I think I'm going to have to leave it there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'll tell you what, it's been a pleasure. It's been
thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it.
No
for people watching, go and check out his channel. Go and give him a good old sub. He does videos like mine, so you know if you're subscribed to me, you should go and subscribe to him as well. You know,
videos like his, but not his.
Like his, but ones that I don't make. Like the stuff about Sharon D. Clark and sort of Rory Gold and stuff.
That was just a theory I had.
Yeah, and theory. You do more theories than I do as well. I don't do that sort of thing very often.
I like doing theories. I like my theories.
So yeah, go and subscribe to him. You'll certainly have a very good time, hopefully. And yes, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's been a lot of good. I'll get this up hopefully within the week. That'll be great.
Yeah.
In the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, comment below for your suggestions for Doctor Who type videos in the future. Subscribe if you haven't already. Please check out the store, the Patreon, the Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, all those little links in the description. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.